to foreign policy. President Obama also moved in that area this week, announcing that a process to start closing Guantanamo Bay within a year, to review all of the interrogation and detention techniques. Some critics are saying that he is ending the war on terror and turning this into a law enforcement matter again. Do you think that's fair?
No, I don't think that's fair. But I believe that announcing the closing of Guantanamo without addressing the other really difficult aspects of this issue. Look, Guantanamo has become a symbol, and it should be closed, in my view. It's Abu Ghraib, it's mistreatment of prisoners, it's all the things that have damaged America's image in the world. But we need to have a process that replaces the military commissions. And by the way, the military commissions were finally beginning to function, and so I'm sorry that they're put on hold. We need to decide what you do with people that we can't return to the countries that they came from. We need to decide what to do with people we know if we release them, they will go out, as we've just seen a recent example of a guy who became a high-ranking member of Al-Qaeda. We can't continue to release people who are going to be leaders of Al-Qaeda. So we've got to work through that. And to just announce the closure of Guantanamo without addressing these other issues, I think is not the best way to approach it. But finally, where are you going to send them? Where are you going to send them? That decision I would have made before I'd announced the closure, because I don't know of a state in America that wants them in their state. It's going to, you think Yucca Mountain is a NIMBY problem? Where do you see this one?
I've got a couple of other issues I want to get through, and let's try and move through them.
More shorter answers is what you're saying, yes.
It's amazing how you picked that up, Senator. The president's choice for Attorney General, Eric Holder, said the other day at his congressional hearing that waterboarding is torture, and he left open the possibility that lawyers or CIA officers who participated in some of these activities could be liable to criminal prosecution. How do you feel about that, the idea of the possibility of investigations and even criminal prosecution of people who were doing what they were told to do during the Bush years?
I think it's time to move forward. I believe that waterboarding is in violation of the Geneva Conventions, and I've said it for years. But it's time to move forward. Let's enact policies that make sure that America's image in the world is never damaged again. But to go back and to prosecute people, in my view, who were carrying out the instructions that they were given, some of the toughest jobs in the world are being members of our intelligence services. People put their lives on the line every day. I would not like to damage the morale of those brave Americans who serve at not very high pay and not a lot of compensation under the most difficult of circumstances.
President Obama